Hello, what is happening? We are back today with podcast episode 4 in the podcast. Yes, and
it's been a quick week again. I feel as if this has creeped up on us again.
See, I had a problem, man. We were going to listen to that Atreyu album obviously this week, and you know what? I was fucking loving it. I was really, really loving it. And then for some reason Amazon Music just decided to take it off Amazon Music. So like I've only actually listened to like half the album, and to be fair, I was leaving it pure last minute because even though I was enjoying it, I had a lot on this week, and I listened, like I said, I listened to half of it and it was good, man. See, Baptize, and there's some, I can't remember all the names right now, but like there's pretty much like every track's like brilliant, man. Like pure made for a gig, like just made to be amazing. And then Amazon Music just decided, nah, you're not getting to listen to the rest of the album, Dave. Sorry, not this week.
Dave texted me the other day, there was a day actually, he went, I've tried to listen to this album again, it's not working. And you were that angry, you messaged Atreyu. Why the fuck's this not working?
I was actually well not happy, man.
That's annoying. That shouldn't, it's 2021, that shouldn't happen.
Nah, definitely no, man. And well, obviously the backup plan was like listen to it on YouTube, but then it's like, it's just a bit of a pain in the arse, isn't it? It's just not the same. Yeah. I was due cancelling my Amazon account today and making just a Spotify one.
So what did you do? Just listen to the Offspring album again?
Can I get sick of that Offspring album, man? It's so good.
Well, I listened to it from start to finish a couple of times because it's really good. I loved it. How far did you get? Like 5 or so?
I was about 4 or 5 songs in. And I don't know where it kind of goes through there, but like I said, the ones I listened to, it was just like, man, see live, these would be incredible, man. Like, I don't know. Again, I feel as if I say this every week. I've never really listened to Atreyu that much.
You'll soon find out, if you listen to this podcast often enough, you'll soon find out that David only really used to listen to Nirvana for like 6 years.
I could
16 years, sorry.
I could talk the ears off you if you want to talk about Nirvana, man. That'd maybe need to be a 2-hour episode, though.
Just do it yourself.
That's a good point, actually.
That'd be solo Nirvana, this podcast. No, I really liked the album as well. I thought it was great. I thought it was very different for the previous, their earlier stuff, like X's and O and stuff like that. Which
see, the few tracks I had heard of them previously, it did sound pure different, man. Like even the singer, like I didn't realise he had such a great voice, man.
Different singer.
Oh, is it a different singer? Right. Well, that would make total sense.
He was the drummer. So it used to be that the drummer was he sung all the kind of clean vocals and stuff, and then Alex, the old singer, I think this is their first album without Alex. He's the kind of screamer, the one. I think for me, the one that was kind of Atreyu's signature voice, sound, was his voice, and so.
Well, like the screaming side of it?
Aye. And they were a wee bit more screaming, they're a wee bit more heavier than this album, and I feel as if when Alex is left, it sounds like a totally different band. It sounds like a wee bit of like Beartooth and a wee bit kind of...
Bring me a wee bit of parts. I thought with synth face stuff.
A wee bit, but kind of. And a wee bit of Date Remember as well. A wee bit more kind of lively and party rather than like bleeding mascara and a bit of Lassie Greeting screaming. But I'm a fan of both. There was a few good features in it that you probably never heard because it was later on in the album.
Aye.
Matt for Trivium, the lead singer for Trivium, Travis Barker.
Is he in it?
The very last song he did, it's weird, man. It's as if he's singing through the drums. Like there's like a bridge middle and he just starts like doing wee tricks in the snare, and you can hear him like doing stick tricks and stuff as well.
That sounds amazing, actually.
And Paparotchi's Jacoby Shaddix as well.
Aye.
Worst song on the album, but it's a big name. It's a big name.
Really, aye.
So
I mean, see Paparotchi's most recent stuff, but like I'm not that into it. Like I think it's alright, but I'm not that into it. I like their old stuff, man. It's as if like he's just like, I don't know, man. It's as if he's stuck in that kind of Skrillexy kind of dubstep kind of mode still, and it's like they got very emo like ish.
They went emo, then they went kind of like script like dubstepy kind of. It was weird, man.
I'm like an infest between angels and insects, man. That kind of, you know, like that was amazing, man. I love that shit.
Oh, Paparotchi used to be fucking amazing. I think I've seen them like 4 times or something. And
oh, really?
For a while, they were like one of the favourite bands I've ever seen. But see now, if they were touring, I don't know if I'd go. So many bands nowadays are putting on such a show as well. It's not just even about like what they're playing, which I mean obviously is the main factor, but like so many bands are like insane on stage, man. Like the way they move, and it's just like they do put on a show, man. Aye. Remember that time we went and seen Paramore? We went and seen Paramore, and like it was the weirdest gig. We get shit seats right enough.
We're in the gods.
We're up in the gods, and and they had all this kind of random, basically just a gig, and they just had kind of random balloons kicking about, and it was like, I get what you're trying to do. But then every time
I've seen some very strange like backing stuff in some bands, man. I'm just like, why did you even do that? Like,
and every time that Paramore like went to play one of their old songs, they'd be like, we're sick and fed up of playing that. Like Misery Business, the biggest song, kind of the main song I wanted to hear.
And she's like, we're about to play this song, but I don't actually believe in it anymore, but we'll just do it since she's want to hear it. I'm like,
great. And I get it, because I'm pretty sure there's like big bands out there that are sick of playing their top songs and stuff like that. I get it, but it's
when you tell
people's lives
that love your music and love what it stands for, and then you say that you don't really believe in it anymore, I think that's quite a big thing to say.
I was out. I was like, do you know what? See if you're not interested, I'm not interested.
Aye, my wife wasn't happy that night. She's like a huge Paramore fan. She was pure angry at us. I was like, why are you angry at us? You should be angry at the band, no us. And she was like, no, I'm just in a bad mood now.
I think the drink helped with that right enough.
Aye, well that's true.
It was a good night. We made the most of it, even though it was a shit gig. We made the most of it.
Aye, it was still a good night.
How the hell did we go to talk about Paramore? I can't remember. Oh, stage presence, that's what it is.
Oh, aye.
So, what else was I going to say? That's like you said, like with Fever 333 in one of the previous episodes where it was just them and nothing, and it was amazing. It takes a big band and a big act to be able to do that with all the props and all that kind of stuff. And Trivium, I mentioned Trivium earlier. I seen Trivium once, and they were supporting Rise Against, and you'd thought they were the headliners. They had like all the flames like flaring. Honestly, they probably had more cargo buses than they did Rise Against.
It must be a lot for a touring band to pay for that kind of stuff. But man, even like the wee platforms, like we played some gigs with headliners, and they need to take the platforms that just the wee step up things. Like they need to take them everywhere with them. Like the venues don't supply them.
Aye.
You know what I mean? And they cost like they can be like £500 or £600 just for them, like one at either side for the, which it does make a big difference. But because when a guitarist is doing like a wee lead bit or something like that, and they stand up in that, or the singer's up in it, it does make that band pure stand out. It makes them seem like they seem bigger, don't they? It's just like
it looks class.
It's impressive. It makes it more impressive, I think.
That's good. I think all the roadies that have to get paid to set all that up with the big bands and stuff as well. It must cost them an absolute bomb.
Leaves nothing for themselves, man.
I know. See how we were talking about, in last week's episode, I kind of slated Royal Blood a wee bit. See, since that episode, I've not stopped singing their songs. So maybe I'll take it back and say maybe it wasn't completely shit, because it's obviously stuck in my head.
Are you? Is this because of all the hate mail you were receiving?
No,
loads and loads of hate mail. Folk unfollowing us, almost tampered with our 100 followers there.
I text you. I text you the other day, and it's like, I've got 100 followers on Instagram, and then see when I checked again, it was 99. I was like, what the fuck?
Aye, that was me, man.
Was it? Aye, good album. Baptize is a good album, Atreyu. Try and listen to the rest of it, because you'll enjoy it, I think.
Is there any tracks that you would recommend, mate?
I actually gave a 10 out of 10. I gave a 10 out of 10 to No Matter What. A song, No Matter What. It's the 12th track, and all I've wrote next to it is Love This, 10 out of 10.
No Matter What, I'll check that out when I get, hopefully Amazon gets it back in the fucking platform.
No Matter What, I'll check that. Did you mean that? No Matter What, I'll check that.
No, aye. That was good. Obviously, I mean that.
I was shocked. I was like, that was amazing. Jacoby Shaddix one. I've just wrote Jacoby Shaddix cringy. It's not happening. And nah,
I feel like I listen to it just to know.
Listen to it as soon as
see if I listen to it, I'm like, oh my god, that's a fucking tune. So I can't tell you.
I think, I hate to say it, but I think they will lose a lot of fans with this album.
Really?
They're old school fans. I think because it is a wee bit more.
It made me want to listen to more of them, but
it's probably it's maybe just as much as my cup of tea as their old stuff as well. I love their old stuff, but a lot of kind of the Atreyu big fans, I think they'll not be too pleased with it. I think it's a wee bit too mainstream, and
some of it kind of reminded me of Yashin a wee bit. Just the kind of the singing and the screaming and that kind of which I like. I don't like too much like screaming. Like I like it, but is that your belly? You hungry, son?
It's my belly.
You try to avoid me asking that.
I didn't have dinner before we came. Just sweating.
I'm starving.
We've booked. I didn't have dinner before we came because we're going for dinner after this.
Aye.
How the other half live, eh?
I know. Some life we live. Use all the money that we make off this podcast to go out for dinners.
Aye. So we're going to a soup kitchen.
A soup kitchen. You feel distracted me now with your stupid belly, man.
Stupid belly.
Right, anyway, moving on. So Atreyu, I'm going to listen to No Matter What.
I listen to the full album, No Matter What.
Mm-hmm. Aye, well, man. But aye, that mixture, that's what I was, the mixture screaming to singing's good, man. I like that. I like when they can kind of keep it a nice proportion.
That was what's good about the While She Sleeps album as well. That was a good mix of screaming and
aye.
Sometimes it's good. It is. A lot of times it's good for a band to go that wee bit more mainstream money wise, and like I mean, you'll start seeing Atreyu probably doing world tours and that and stuff, and like headlining big shows, and I know they were already a big band, but
did you see that Angles and Airwaves hanged a world tour? Announced a world tour.
I did.
Did you see how they done it?
Do you know what? I seen something about it, and I just kind of put my head in my hands and
Tom DeLonge's at it again.
I don't think I've ever read an article about Tom DeLonge in the past 15 years that's not had UFO in the same title.
Man abducted by aliens, right? Belter of song. No, Angels and Airwaves have announced their new album. It's dropping the 24th of September this year. It's called Lifeforms, and they've also announced a world tour. But the way they done it is they announced it from space. So I don't know what the contraption is that they use. I don't know if it's a hot air balloon or whatever, but it's like the film is like a camera, and then it's like the screen in front of it, and then the screen's got a kind of wee promo video on it, and it's just flying higher and higher into space, and it is pretty cool, man. And then it just gets up to, and it just comes up, flashes on the screen, obviously 24th of 9th, and then it just pure falls down.
It looked cool. Supposedly it was like a compressed capsule that took it up or something like that.
Aye, it must have been something, man.
Cool. I mean, how much did that cost? Well, that's definitely that's been Tom DeLonge's idea, and just the rest of the band went.
They'll know what to put splashing out in like stage things, like props.
If you heard
they can do that,
exactly. Maybe Elon Musk will show up or something. Did you hear any of the EP, the new EP?
No.
There's a couple of good songs for you. The Kiss and Tell, I think it is. Kiss and Tell. Pretty good tune. And Restless Soul, I think it is one of the first titles in the EP. Pretty good, man. It's got a wee bit of it sounds exactly like an Angels and Airwaves song. Like I always think it's all like
it's like Coldplay but Blink singing.
They're the kind of like rock Coldplay, kind of pop punk role play. Coldplay, I meant. But I like it. I do.
It's good chill music. A lot of it. A lot of their stuff. It's like no too much. It's just good to do the housework.
One of the tracks on it really did remind me of Blink-182. I think I kind of took me back to Blink-182 days as well. Aye, it's class.
It's good, man.
He's still doing it, man. That's the crazy thing. Let's see how long they've been going, and like how long Tom DeLonge's been doing it. He's fair play to him.
Aye,
Matt and Travis are still obviously doing Blink as well, and fair play to the three of them.
Aye, definitely, man. You got to follow what you want to do, and obviously, he's like main reasons for leaving Blink was like he thinks it's too immature or something like that. Or
I mean, there's only so long you can sing about dicks, and I suppose.
Well, that's true, man. But then he goes and hunts aliens. I'm too old to sing about dicks, but I love like fucking finding UFOs and saying that aliens proppy.
He's so deep in it as well, man. It's unbelievable. He has been, even in Blink, he was. His whole sleeve tattoo is all about aliens and UFOs and stuff like that, and like cool tattoo.
That's pretty cool, man. I would get something like that, but I wouldn't. I don't really believe in it, but mind you. Oh, you're gonna get something. You were saying you were gonna get something like that, weren't you?
I want to get. You're
gonna tell everybody your secret tattoo idea, but.
Right, I'll tell you. It's basically it's quite simple. It's just like an earth that's on fire, and then you can see it in the visor of an astronaut. And I don't know whether to get the caption, "I used to love this place."
Yeah.
And it's just as if it's an astronaut kind of maybe dislodged himself for the shuttle. I don't know. Just something mad.
I'm booked in for the end of July now.
Are you?
I want to Ross's. Well, I think it's like Chelsea's at Ross. One of our friends, Ross, his girlfriend, his pals. Works for a tattoo place, and she booked in anyway. And I'm getting it's like a kind of skull with cards.
Nice.
I don't know. I'm gonna try and think of something. I just thought it looked cool, but I'm gonna have to think of something. So when folks say, "What made you get that?" I'm like, I don't know. Like life is a gamble. Like you know what I mean? Death, skull, and cards. I'm gonna need to get something, man. But I just thought it looked cool. That should just maybe be my answer. I just thought it looked cool, right?
That's what makes people do with tattoos, and they get a tattoo, then try and think of a reason how it reflects.
Exactly. I think if you dwindle on a tattoo for too long, you just end up not getting it, man. And that's why I just ended up booking it, man. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna book this and see if I do bail, then I bail. But if it's booked, then at least I know.
Aye.
I can still go do it.
I definitely want to get in soon, man. I've been kind of pondering it, and I've actually thought about. I've got my next tattoo plan, but I've told myself I want to try and finish the arm first before I go into anything else.
Well, this thing is going to be like a fucking half sleeve, man, and I've got nothing in this arm now, so it's like, I mean, apparently I have to be in for like 8 hours, 10 hours, like a full fucking day, man. That's going to be. I better not drink the night before that, man. No podcast recording before that.
Well, I drank the night before that. I didn't even that much, but it bled like fuck.
Aye,
it bled.
That's that, man. It's just the fucking bleed. Did you hear?
Enough about tattoos,
even though it is still technically kind of rock and roll, I suppose.
On to drugs.
All the subtopics of rock and roll. Right, Foo Fighters.
I've heard of them, aye.
Playing a set, Madison Square Garden. It's like the first gig in like a year or something like that. 20th of June. It's in like fucking 4 days. Do you want a rapid fire off of what the set list is?
I think you're going to ask me, do I go?
Do you want to fly off and jet to the sky?
Aye.
Rapid fire, right? This actually sounds like the best gig ever, right? Times like these, no son of mine. Spoiler warning in case anybody's actually going to this. I mean, we might have New Yorkin fans already. I don't know, but spoiler alert, right? Set list for this, their first gig in a year. Times like these, no son of mine, The Pretender, Learn to Fly, Run, The Sky is a Neighbourhood, Shame, Rope, My Hero, These Days, Medicine at Midnight, Walk, Somebody to Love, All My Life, Aaron Drigg, Cloud Spotter, Breakout, Skin and Bones, This Is a Call, Aurora, Best of You.
Wow. Does that set get any better than that?
Aye, I mean,
I just swapped rope. I swapped rope for Hey Johnny Park.
I'm not even sure, like a couple of them, like I'm like, I can't think what that would be. I'd probably recognise it when I hear it, because we were saying like a couple of podcasts ago how they're one of those bands like the Chili's or something, like you just like kind of know every Foo Fighters song in it. It's like you just recognise it because they're like so easy listening, man. You just can listen to any of them. It
feels as if you could play nearly every Foo Fighters album, you could probably sing every word. Like, you've heard them that much, and they're fucking they're easily one of the best to do it. Skin and Bones, man. I love that tune, man. It's a great tune.
It's no like one of the most like pure upbeat tunes or anything like that, but I think that'd class. See to see them acoustic set wise, and they did that. I think it'd be amazing, man. So good.
Remember when I moved into my house and that was the only DVD I had?
Like
I didn't have Sky set up and all that, and I just kept playing like Skin and Bones Foo Fighters acoustic.
Yeah, that was amazing.
It was either that or Dodgeball.
It was a great DVD.
DVD Kids. So do you know what that is?
Aye, I don't even know what it stands for. I just know it's retro nowadays.
Do you want to see that day? Biffy Clyro, their second album, Vertical Bliss, is 18 years old.
18
years old. That is crazy. 2003?
Is that right? Was that right? That's just your quick mathematics.
Aye.
2 + 2 is 4. So,
but that is crazy. I seen that. In fact, it was the day I seen it. 18-year-old. I can't believe it.
That's quite mad, man. I mean, that's like a full lifetime.
Questions and answers.
Sorry, no, it's not.
Oh my god. No.
Well, maybe in a depressing sense it could be, but like,
for some unfortunate people.
That's how long you need to wait to drink, baby.
Aye, it's like that album can go and get married and divorced and go to the pub and gamble.
Exactly. It's a grown up.
Crazy.
It's an adult.
Happy
get a mortgage.
18th. Happy 18th, Biffy. Vertical Bliss album.
Exactly,
the album the year before that, Black and Sky, is still up there, one of my favourite albums.
That is a belter of an album, man.
Unbelievable. See that
tune after
first
tune.
Album, incredible.
See, the thing is, a lot of folk don't realise. See when you release your first album, I suppose it's like that's not just like a year or two of work. That's that's all your work that you've done ever since you started learning how to be like play music and all that. You're building towards that kind of first album release in a way. Like that's all your best ideas you're putting into that, and then you release it, and then folk are like, "Oh, that's amazing!" Release something again, and then it's like bands are expected to release something just as good in the next year or 2 years that's as good as that album that they've worked on for about, say, 10 years of their music career.
That's a pure good point. I've never actually thought of it that way. I like that they've worked in this for maybe like at least 3 or 4 years.
Aye.
Then everybody loves it. They get a fan base, and then all of a
they
sudden
want another song. Obviously,
they need to start writing instantly.
They want more music, and you're like, well, it took me so long to write this.
That's I never actually thought of it that way. That's very true.
Yes, I'm quite a wisdom of
Open
command.
my mind there. Do you know what I was watching before I came out here? I'm not going to talk too much about football, right? It was the Wales and Turkey game against Europe, and seeing the lead up to it.
No.
Bill with my Valentine were playing in the promo.
Oh, really?
In the promo, like the build up to it, I was like, what's going on here? And I'm starting to hear like Bullet and that bands like that being more mainstream and like in adverts and stuff. You're like, this is class.
Aye.
That's amazing. That's
Like
kind
a football game as well.
Aye, it's to see all the people that will be like that. Oh, that sounds quite cool. Because it wasn't one of the heavier ones. It was, what was it? Not Dead Yet.
Mm-hmm.
Not Dead Yet. So it's
heavy.
But I was like, fair play to them, man. I wonder how much money they got for that. That's see, as soon as I think see bands like that, like, how much money did you get for that? Probably not.
Aye, they're releasing new music this Friday, aren't they?
Aye, I heard that.
A new single or something, I don't know, man. But this Friday's in the June 18th. That will be. I don't know when this will be. This will be next week. So when this is live, it will actually be available.
Aye,
so
it's quite difficult.
Talk about that next week
because we try and record. We try and get ahead of ourselves a week early, just
Aye.
because life gets in the way sometimes, doesn't it? So
life gets in the way.
life finds a way.
Right, what else you got on your agenda there?
Holding Absence have just released their tour. They're touring, so they're playing Glasgow on the 2nd of November, and I'm here to convince you.
For fuck's sake, I literally just announced that. I literally announced like about half an hour before we recorded this podcast that I'm having a kid this year, and Graham's trying to get me to go to all these gigs.
Cheers to that. Cheers to that.
Cheers. I was like, Amy was like, right, I'm gonna put it up in social media and that, and I'm like, right, okay, that's fine, and I'm like, oh, right, go for it. I need to set up a podcast.
You're not even having a kid until it's on social media.
Aye, well that's it. It's not real. It's not real.
It's like you can't go a run or a cycle if it's not on Strava. Doesn't count. Doesn't count.
So that's it officially.
That's class, man. No, honestly, that's amazing.
So when's that gig? 2nd of November, did you say?
When's your baby? 2nd of November. 2nd of November.
November. Is it Saturday night gig? There's no enough Saturday night
probably
gigs.
not. It's probably like
annoying, isn't it?
A Monday afternoon or something. That the gig
I know.
is so ridiculous to me,
It's
man.
annoying as fuck, man.
I'm having to use all my holidays for work just to go to gigs. It's like that's all.
4 weeks worth of gigs.
Aye. It's ridiculous. I see the next decent gig on a Saturday, I'm booking a hotel.
Yeah, that's so dangerous doing that, but man, just end up absolutely fucked.
I know. Always the best night, so.
That's true, man. Anything else you want to talk about today?
No, I'm good. Unless you get anything else.
No, I think that's it, man. I'm pretty happy with that. Found out some cool information. I'm going to listen to that Atreyu song.
Listen to that, and we'll have
and the rest of the album.
We'll keep an eye out for what we're going to listen to. I don't know what's coming out this week.
No, there's albums coming out left, right, and centre. But man, it will not be hard to find another album to listen to the next week.
Aye.
Even ones that came out early in the year, I've still not listened to. So
we might do that. We might go back and listen because I feel as if I've missed stuff because there's been so much coming out.
Aye.
So if we feel as if we've missed something, we might go back and just say, like, let's look at this album and
I'm quite interested to see what this Bullet song's like, or single, or a couple of songs, whatever it is they're releasing. See how heavy it is, or like how mainstream it is, you know. So yeah. Anyway, happy with that. If you like the podcast, don't forget to like, subscribe, write us a little comment if there's a band that you want to hear us talk about, or a band that you want us to listen to their album, or whatever it may be in the world that's happening right now. Then let us know. And I guess we'll see you next time.
See you next time. See you in episode 5.